Right, and we are live right now, and you guys already know the drill. So we're going to be looking at the animation short from Overwatch titled Recall. I've already got all my sound volume set up already, so I'm just going to disappear from the screen, mute my mic, and play the video.
Shield generator test. Ready to proceed. Now. No need for that, Winston. Your heart rate is through the roof.
I told you to stop monitoring my vitals, Athena.
Very well. It has been 43 days, 7 hours, and 29 seconds since your last cardio workout. Remember, a healthy body is a
Healthy mind. That's why I have this.
Every time you see news of this sort, we go through this. I remind you, recalling Overwatch agents to active duty comes with great risk. The Petrus Act clearly states any Overwatch activity is deemed illegal and punishable by prosecution.
I know. You're right. That's the way the world is. But I do miss the old days.
I think you have something that belongs to me. Hand them over. Oh, it's okay. You're not in trouble. Oh, I'll trade you. There you go, buddy. Well, there's not much to see from in here, kiddo. But you know there's more out there, don't you? Come on. It's time I showed you something.
I'm detecting intruders.
Talon. Athena. Kill the lights.
Security protocols failing. Winston, Reaper is extracting the Overwatch agent's database. Extraction at 32%.
You took these because you wanted to see if there was more out there. Well, see for yourself. Always remember, never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Winston. Winston! He's going to have all agents' locations.
I'll be sure to send them your regards, monkey.
I'm not a monkey. I'm a scientist.
Extraction 90%. Stapling 98%.
Hang on, Athena. Athena? Athena!
Virus quarantined. I'm running diagnostics on the core database. Restoring systems.
Never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Establishing agent connections.
Winston? Is that you, love? It's been too long!
Yes. Yes, it has.
Overwatch. Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta on May 3rd.
Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. And I'm back. So let's get into the thick of things. So the opening, I don't have to really talk much about it. We've gone through this sort of things over and over again. Let me just drop the volume down. Establishing shot again. For this shot, it's especially important that you pay attention to the environment, because when it came to this scene, if you are not paying attention, you will think that there is a mirror in front of Winston and this is his reflection. But you realize that as the animation plays, the thing in front first does not adopt or does not mirror his posture and does not move. So what that is actually some sort of exoskeleton, some kind of armor, which is hanging off right here. So if you don't pay attention, you will think that it is some sort of rendering mistake or animation mistake. Keep things moving, like when you have something still in the background in terms of objects and you have a living organism, keep it moving. Whoops, that's a little bit of a
Shield generator test. Ready to proceed.
buffering thing.
Shield generator test.
Good attention to animation principles and generally how physics work. when you step an object into a hole or whatever, when you complete the motion, it will still go forward a little bit or bounce back. You either continue the motion forward before dropping down, or you do some sort of bounce before settling down, which is what happened here. For this shot, the animator chose for it to bounce back instead of continuing to go forward. Reason could be because it is already the maximum angle that the object can go forward, hence you know you've stepped it into the tool holder already, and then it drops back. And one great attention to detail is over here. As he puts this, I don't know what tool this is, no idea. As it goes in, you see that it actually pokes through the hole. Very nice. Yep, then we'll continue.
Ready to proceed.
Overall, I think this animation is very well done. It's almost akin to the previous one, which is Are You With Us? The one we did last week with same guy, Winston. Only a few points of critique in this entire animation shot. I like the way he raises his eyebrow before he presses the button in. Like almost thinking like, let's do this. It's a good idea. Let's press it. Or I'm proud of my work. Let's see what happens next. Yeah, so admiring his work, like checking what's going on, and as the this bubble starts to be unstable, you can see that his face starts showing a bit of puzzledness, thinking, oh, what could be causing this? What's going on? Contemplation. And then when it fails, he immediately leans in to try to think, to try to figure out the cause of this failure. That's what people would do as well. There's two ways people will contemplate failure. Not contemplate failure, contemplate about failure or setbacks. So one is they will take a step back and think. Another one is they will go forward, lean in closer to the thing of contention, and then they're gonna be thinking. Rarely will someone just maintain the same distance from the object and to think about reasons of why something will go wrong. I think when he just got blasted to be on the floor, I would pretty much he be blinking in surprise shock kind, like bewilderment. Some people, I don't know how it applies or what example I can bring up, but sometimes when you are, especially kids, when something happens and they are completely caught unawares, they'll give that very blank look, and then they'll be like blinking a little bit and look around figuring what the heck happened. But over here you don't see Winston displaying that. It's more of him trying to recover from the pain, so he can be keeping his head still, his body still, relatively for this shot, but maybe give 2 to 3 quick blinks to at least show that, to add to the surprise that he's not expecting this at all. And then with that, it can transition into this pissed off scene. I think it gives a better contrast.
Now, no need. now, No need for that, Winston. Your heart rate is through the roof.
I told you to stop monitoring my vitals, Athena.
Very well. It has been 43 days, 7 hours, and 29 seconds since your last cardio workout. Remember, a healthy body is a
Healthy mind. That's why I have this.
Was there a point to him circling this rope thing?
heart
I
rate
don't
is
think
through
so.
the roof.
I told you to stop monitoring
Like doing this
my
full
vitals, Athena.
360?
Very well.
I don't think so. But it's to buy time for the script, the dialogue from the computer, Athena.
43 days, 7 hours, and 29 seconds since your last cardio workout.
But could he have like just gone from the rope straight up to the catwalk, the walkway,
Very well.
and just walk all the way to the computer
It
seat?
has been 43 days.
It's
7 hours,
possible.
and 29
That is
seconds
one
since your
possibility, but it's gonna make it more of so-called a boring shot because you see one guy traversing the entire corridor to the computer seat here, as opposed to doing a 360, which adds a little bit of dynamism, a little bit of fun to this animation, and then
last cardio workout.
you walk and then you cut to this shot over here. So pros and cons to both approaches. The first one, which is what is presented here, adds elements of fun, dynamics, differentiation, as opposed to my suggestion is to make it flow better. Not say flow better, but makes more sense, makes more logical sense. Like you're already kind of in a bad mood already. All what you want to do is to get to your target and back in business, which will eliminate the swing around the rope thing and just walk down the corridor into a computer seat. But the downside is going to be a little bit more boring.
Remember, a healthy body is
Healthy mind.
Let's watch the
a
banana.
healthy body. A healthy body. A healthy body. A healthy body is.
I think it's a calculated choice
Remember,
why he is plucking the rear rightmost banana. I think there's also justification, like logical justification, like because this banana that he chose is closest to the, is so-called closest to him, as it is the easiest for him to pull out because it is the most to the right, even though in terms of would I call this frontal, how do you say this, horizontal distance, the front banana is closer. Like this one is actually the closest to him, but this one will make more sense in terms of plucking. But personally, as a human, I would have most likely taken either this banana or this one. It's personal choice, but comes to the reasoning why I think it's a calculated move. When you pluck the rear banana, you don't have to show it being torn off this thing, stalk, the base, the stem. I don't know what this thing is called. The thing that bananas attached to. So that I would say is the calculated move. Like, because if you were to tear this banana off, then you might have to show like remnants of some tearing over here, which adds to modeling, which adds to texturing, which may it also may implicate lighting and effects. So by taking this banana in the back, you eliminate the need for all of that, and it makes the job of animators, modelers, texturers, lighting, VFX, all it makes it cuts their job much easier.
a healthy body is.
Healthy mind. That's why I have this.
Remember, a healthy body is.
Healthy mind. That's why I have this. That's healthy mind. Healthy mind. Healthy mind. Healthy mind.
Again, calculated move. The banana comes up already peeled. Not say already peeled, halfway peeled. This part is already peeled, and so he only has to peel this one. Why? Because if the animation shot were to show him peeling this side, how are they gonna do that? It's gonna be a animation nightmare, because he has gigantic hands, and which has to wrap around a small item and to peel this way, which is going to take up most of the scene, and probably all we're going to see is his hands pretty much. But choosing to animate this way, it still tells the story of him peeling a banana, but it doesn't add a lot of workload to the people on this production.
That's one.
And it's much easier to animate.
I have this.
A little bit of a little bit of a stylistic consideration to gravity. Notice that as he spits the cap out of his mouth, sure, start slow, ease into animation, boom, a very speedy expulsion from his mouth. Same, holds about the same velocity, and notice all of a sudden it slows down a lot in mid-air, hanging in mid-air, and before increasing in velocity again. So when you play the animation in real time, you will see that it actually stops in air for no reason.
I have this. Have this.
It's not for no reason, it is to capture your attention just that much better. Like boom, snap into position, and then it continues. The rolling and stopping, I don't know, I feel like it should have moved this cap here a little bit, as opposed to the current iteration, where it didn't seem to affect it at all. Oh, wait, do I see something moving? Ooh. I don't know if it's my monitor or is it my eyes. Just concentrate on this very tiny gap here. You see that as I go frame by frame. Right now it's like touching. Lifted. There's a small gap there now. And then the gap just closed that minuscule amount. So I think I will retract what I said. Maybe make it a little bit, just a tad more obvious, because if I have to use frame by frame to see it, then it's almost like wasted effort, because no one would have caught it unless they do it frame by frame. Let's see the banana tear off. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I really don't know how the banana is modeled. So notice that the banana actually stretches here, But look at his lower jaw, it doesn't move a lot. So for the movement, it doesn't tally up. The jaw is moving so little as opposed to how much the banana is moving. So the banana is definitely stretched and not a reflection of how it would behave when bitten. And really, when you bite into banana, I don't think it will stretch. It's just gonna collapse in. The stretch is still going on, and this is like a full stretch where even this part, so-called the base of the banana that we're seeing here, is being stretched forward as well. And then the full bite begins, and then the banana snaps backwards. Maybe it's a trick. There's actually two models here. The first one is stretched to cover the appearance of the second model, and the second model appears, then the first model stretches back in to complete the motion. But I would say this is overall a very good movement. Like Winston is completely fixated on the screen in front of him, and then he's eating a banana, never taking his eyes off the screen. This here is genius. His name, and then another one of Blizzard's game, Hearthstone. So they're like self-advertising their own game.
Every time you see news of this sort, we go through this.
Very good startle reaction.
Every time you see news of this sort, we go through this. I remind you, recalling Overwatch agents to active duty comes with great risk. The Petrus Act clearly states any Overwatch activity is deemed illegal and punishable by prosecution.
I know.
Visual aid to the audio information. Very simple. When Athena mentions Petrus Act,
With great risk. The Petrus Act
a very simple screen saying Petrus Act.
clearly states any Overwatch activity is deemed illegal and
So any Overwatch activity, and then the news of Overwatch disbanded appears. So you can actually process Overwatch disbanded and also the image of some guy in handcuff, and then the audio comes in and says it's illegal and something.
the Petrus Act clearly states any Overwatch activity is deemed illegal and punishable by prosecution.
I know. You're right. That's the way the world is. But I do miss the old days.
Winston turns to the left, so it makes sense to scroll left. If Winston were to do this, and then this image is scrolling to the right, there's gonna be a break of flow.
But I do miss the old days.
So it's clear that these were his companions. I miss the good old days. And immediately it is clear that this person holds a significant place in Winston's heart.
I think you have something that belongs to me.
Can I see that again?
And the mo. I think you have something that belongs to me.
Right, so the thing is, we don't know what sort of glasses these are. They could be myopic, they could be presbyopic, they could be bifocal, and whatever. But let's assume it is lenses for short-sightedness. When you have lenses for short-sightedness, when it is on a person's face, it is going to make it's going to refract light differently and make things behind the lens smaller than they actually are. So I'll be expecting to see some sort of like mismatch. I won't be expecting to see like a nice circle as we are seeing here. I don't quite know how to draw. I would be probably something like then it gets cut in. I don't know, you can if you're wearing glasses, you can actually look in the mirror, go closer, put it on, and you notice that your eyes immediately get smaller and there's a distortion in your face, like it just gets squished in your lens, but it is not displayed here, which I think could be just way too difficult to emulate in a 3D environment. So if you want to be really realistic and nitpicky about the way things work in the world, this is one point you can mark it down, but otherwise it's fine on its own because we don't know what sort of glasses these are.
I think you have something that belongs to me. Hand them over. Oh, it's okay. You're not in trouble. Oh, I'll trade you.
Oh, Winston's a gorilla as opposed to a chimpanzee, because I don't know how to differentiate chimpanzee and gorilla from looks. But he just did a very classic gorilla movement. This is a gorilla movement.
There you go, buddy.
Harold Winston. Yeah, the lenses are not distorted. Oh, it is. So you can see there's a bit of a bend here, and the O and N here is being distorted. Okay, so maybe they actually really did consider this. It's just that it's not visible in the previous shot where I was talking about it. Yeah, it is. It is being considered. You can see how the distortion moves.
Well, there's not much to see from in here, kiddo. But you know there's more out there, don't you? Come on. It's time I showed you something.
I'm detecting intruders.
Talon. Athena. Cue the lights.
I don't know if I don't know if animals like gorillas have better night vision, or is a good strategy. No, I don't know, because they're all in the same environment. So I don't know how turning the lights off is going to help Winston here, but maybe gorillas do have better night vision than humans. We don't know. And I like that how he is taking a last bite of his banana before going into battle. I don't know if like the storyboardists added this as like a joke kind of thing, or to really add some fun to the shot. Nice. So when the banana peel first lands on the floor, you see there's a bounce, and then okay, guy closest to it reacts first, then the guy on his right and left beside him reacts next, before the guys at the back react, looking at the same thing. And it's just really nice that him are pretty much pointing their weapons at the same direction, but because his line of sight is blocked by this person here, so he has no choice but to aim at a reasonably safe place or angle. It breaks monotony. But really, if you see something drop from the top, wouldn't you look up? But these guys are just like looking straight, like it doesn't make sense why they would be looking forward. If they had looked up, Winston can drop down immediately, adding speed and impact to the shot. So just imagine, and then so they look at the banana peel and they process it for a while, and oh, it's coming from the top, so look up immediately. 1, 2. That's 2 seconds off this animation shot they could have saved with Winston coming down immediately. Boom! And he seems to drop down a little bit too slow. Yeah. The classic. The hero can fight 1000 enemies and come up relatively safe. The enemies here are firing too slow, they're reacting too slow. Yeah, sure, you want to include time for all these comedic shots, you know, like Winston taking enemies out. But by now, I would have been expecting gunfire already. But yet, he still have time to do this monkey raw. This guy has to react first, and then he shoots before his teammate at the back shoots. Really, like, boom. Okay, the guy's a bit, whoa, what the hell? One guy gets flung to the walkway up top. I would be expecting gunfire about now already. Instead of now. That's good.
Security protocols failing. Winston, Reaper is extracting the Overwatch agent database.
Banana peel comes in handy. My only critique is there's a mismatch between expectations and reality, if you will, because this one taser weapon is enough to knock Winston out, or like take him down, disable him before he's completely useless. Just think, one is enough to keep him to the floor. Sure, he can still stand, but one is enough to like disable him quite a huge bit. But when it comes to this point, one is released, so there's still 3 that are on him, and yet he somehow manages to find a way to break. He initiates his ultimate, the Primal Rage, goes into this like mad mode. The pause here is sort of like a nod to classic 2D animation, like Roadrunner. Like he'll run off the cliff and stay at the stay past the edge of the cliff before he drops down for like 1-2 seconds. So this is it over here, and the stretch in his limbs. So this is about his maximum range of movement, and then the hands stretch even further, obeying the mechanics of stretch and squash. And I just like how the head the head over here has some extreme angles as it goes forward as well. Even though what is this? Oh, it's going back instead of front. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say that I would expect the head to be pulled back as the body lurches forward. But yeah, this is what is being portrayed here. It's just that the angle and the lighting makes it, the blurriness, the motion blur makes it a little bit difficult to catch.
Extraction at 32%.
Me knowing the game, it's cool that Reaper is being animated floating into through this air and then landing here in this shot. So that makes me think he can actually jump down the catwalk as well. It's almost like cockroaches. Cockroaches, they can walk, they can fly, but most of the time they choose to walk. Like till date, I don't think research has shown when cockroaches choose to fly. If you didn't know, all cockroaches can fly. It's just that they choose to walk for some reason. It's like in this case here, like seeing this shot, it reminds me of cockroaches. Like he can walk, but he chooses to fly. And there are certain scenes where he can actually float, but he chooses to walk. We don't know. Where? Let's take a look at this. Why is there like a shadow of him? There's two Reapers, like 1 and 2. And as he is firing, you can see even more shadows. Yeah, more shadows. Whoa, there's some huge distorted ghostly shadow behind him. Is he already using Death Blossom over here? Death Blossom is a Reaper's ultimate where he can like fire his shotguns in a big range of area and dealing massive damage. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the images of Reaper. I think they're trying to insinuate the usage of Death Blossom. And he's firing at a very quick rate, which is not normal for his weapon. And then he slows down at the end. Bum 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 bum. Why did he fall? Oh, okay. So Winston falls because Reaper shot his leg, his left leg. Bum. So he's knocked backwards. In real life, shotguns don't knock back like that. But it's a show. Movies do that all the time. People believe it anyway. Like I said before, I don't like this sort of things. But it's fine. It's just used so much that it's almost like a cliche already. when you can have like the sun land on a hero and the hero will somehow survive.
You took these because you wanted to see if there was more out there. Well, see for yourself.
Can't catch the distortion. Okay. Different thoughts here. As the door opens, light comes in. When that happens, I would expect the pupils to... What's opposite of dilate? Contract? To close. But yet at the same time, it's opening a world that is catching Winston's attention, which will dilate the pupils, which is being shown here. The pupils dilate. But what I think would make more sense is the pupil first will contract because of the exposure to light, and then you don't have to obey realism here, just dilate the pupils next. But I think, I don't know, it may look a bit freaky because there's too short a time to be contracting the pupils and then dilating it. So I guess they compensated for it with the blink here. The furrowing of the brow here in response to the light, and the closing of the eye, of course. Slightly small, a small opening of the eye like you want to see, but the light is still blinding you. And then slowly he is able to open his eyes fully. Now you see the pupils dilating. I think that's a good compromise. So I think, yeah, let's scrap my pupils contracting idea. Just stick with what they've done here. I think it makes sense. Two sources of light. Why are there two sources of light here?
Always remember, never accept.
Shouldn't it be one? Why are there two? Why are there one source of... Whoops. One here and one here. Don't know. Is it because of the way the lens is built? Because I noticed that his lens has a bit of an angle. Like if you were to look at it from the side, his lens is probably something like that. Maybe, don't know. But it seems weird to have like two fovea, not fovea, 2 points of light basically. When there's only one, I don't know what this, Earth, I guess.
The world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Ooh, nice. Winston reaches out for his hand, and then he sort of like misses it, and then has to grab further. Great.
Winston, he's going to have all agents' locations.
I'll be sure to send them your regards, monkey.
To explain things like why Reaper can grab his shotgun again when he has obviously thrown it to the ground, that's just the way the game works.
I'm not a monkey.
Breaking monotony again. So Reaper first looks at it, and then he takes a closer look to investigate what the heck is this contraption. And then he sees the fail thing, and then he dips his chin and starts laughing.
I'm a scientist.
Don't know where the, I don't know what the weapon is called, Tesla cannon, shot cannon came up from. But I like that he is grabbing the weapon with his feet. And then transitioning to holding it in his hands.
Extraction 90%. Stapling 98%.
Hang on, Athena.
This counting down reminds me of the movie Mission to Mars. Source of light is huge, that's why 2 reflections. Oh, is that how light works? I don't think I'll be able to test that out. I don't know how, but maybe one day we can try that out. I'll try that out to see, like, put a huge source of light in front of me, in my lens, in front of my lens, my glasses, the lenses, to see whether there's 2 sources of light. But that's a plausible reason. But as I was saying, the countdown reminds me of the movie Mission to Mars, when some meteor shower like struck the spaceship and then penetrated the hull, so there's hull breach, and then the computer was like counting down 90% atmosphere, 70% atmosphere. Yeah, it reminds me of that movie.
Athena? Athena!
Virus quarantined. I'm running diagnostics on the core database. Restoring systems.
Never accept the world as it appears to be.
The eye movement is just so good. The people snapping movement.
Establishing agent connections.
Reinhardt is 61 years old. Okay.
Winston? Is that you, love? It's been too long.
Yes.
It's you, love. It's been too long. You, love.
You don't want things to move at the same time. Animation timing offset. So his jump jets, I think, is what the right one moves up first, then the left one. Even though machinery, it shouldn't display this sort of like offset, but hey, it's animation principle. It works.
It's been too long.
Yes. Yes, it has.
Overwatch.
Yeah, so I realized that actually I turned the volume down way early because this critic session I actually didn't really prepare. I only watched like once or twice of this short here. You can say that I literally didn't watch at all because I'm trying to present different styles also. Like I want to know how much of a difference preparation makes. So this and the last animation shot, Are You With Us, I didn't actually watch a lot. So I don't know if the quality is lower in terms of my presentation of fact finding over here, like pointing out points of critiquing, as opposed to my more prepared ones, like the initial stages with StarCraft 2, the beginning of the Overwatch series. I prepared way much more, a lot more as compared to this episode and the previous episode. And last week I finally got the link of why I actually don't like the hero the one with Soldier 76. The main reason is because in that animation shot, Soldier comes in a little bit too late. He's in a shot too little, too late. And it's almost like the little girl and the gang has taken the spotlight away from Soldier. If you were to compare with other animation shots of Overwatch, especially just compare the ones that I've reviewed already, you will see that through the entirety of the animation shot, the main character is the focus. Over here, it is very obvious this is about Winston. You see Winston here. Let's choose a random point in time, right? I'm just going to press on the keyboard, YouTube shortcut, a number. You see Winston. Another one. Okay, Reaper is a sub character, supporting character. How about another number? Winston. Winston and Harold. Harold and Winston. What else? Winston. So you can just like literally skip to anything and you will see Winston. But with the one showing Soldier, I think Soldier comes in like around from the middle point onwards, and really the focus of the animation is a little bit blurred. That's probably the main reason why I'm not a huge fan of that animation shot, and I tend not to like hero savior kind of concept as well. So yeah, I've pretty much come to the end of the stream. So if you would like to leave comments on whether there's a drop or a difference in the quality that I present, whether I prepare more or prepare less. This one I definitely prepared very little. Probably watched once, and I actually skipped some parts as well. That's why I didn't actually catch the hand holding thing here. That's why I only caught it here. Cause Soldier wants to stay hidden and the animation is respecting that. Okay, that makes sense. Wants to stay hidden and animation is respecting that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Would prefer more prepared as is a critic. Okay, will do. But do you notice the difference? In terms of quality and maybe the amount of points that I bring up. Video reaction, then you don't need to prepare. Yeah, so it's a balance on time investment as well. Like, it's definitely much easier to just do it on the spot, but of course I do recognize that quality will obviously drop. Quality and points is lesser. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, so the thing is, Overwatch shots generally take a lot of time to prepare because they are very lengthy. Like, look at it, just 8 minutes. Most of their shots are like 5 minutes and above. There's only the last week, Are You With Us? That's like what, 2 minutes. So that one I think is more forgivable, not preparing because it's just so short. But yeah, point taken, Andy Lim will prepare more. Is there anything that I want to add? Yeah. No, nothing more. Nothing more.
Never accept the world as it appears. Never accept the world. Never accept.
Wait a minute. Something new I caught here. As you lift up the glasses, shouldn't the reflection here move down? So glasses go up, reflected image goes down. Can I test? Yeah, it should. At least from what I see. So, but you notice here, the light in the lens actually moves with the glasses.
Never accept the world as it appears to be. The world as it appears to be. Dare to see.
Yeah, that's something new I caught. Yeah. But in any case, this is the end of the stream. I don't know what the next one would be. I think from what I've seen, all the remaining shots are quite long and there's one or two short ones. But point taken, yeah, I'll prepare more. So I can shed more light in different points as well. Hopefully. But in the meantime, I hope this is not too much of a quality drop for audience. So far I've got 2 concurrent viewers and 4 playbacks. Really, I don't know what these stats are showing. What's the difference between playbacks and concurrent viewers? Are playbacks not concurrent viewers? I don't know. But in any case, thanks for tuning in, people. To the 2 folks, and if you're watching this on replay, kudos to you too, because I know you may not be able to make the time zone, but still appreciate your efforts in tuning in, whether live or not live. But in any case, I'll be out. See you guys next week, same time, same place, for more 3D animation critic. And I'm out. Goodbye.